Sorry, I went to the wrong room. Good evening, everybody. I don't. My chat's not updated. There we go. Happy Wednesday! Yay! Happy Wednesday, guys. Here, let me try and get this together. Sorry, I was adding things at the last second, and I was like, oh wait, I should probably do a Halloween costume. If you get my Halloween costume, good. If you don't, don't worry about it. Maybe I should put the boba on this side, actually. Let me put it on this side. I hope you guys are having a lovely week so far. Sorry for the late start, and I have to change the waiting room at the last second too. Oh my god. It's because I was sitting there and I was literally on time, right? And then I went to go live, but you know, it like takes a second to process. But I was just like, okay, you know what, I gotta hurry up, because I realized that I didn't press go live, right? And I pressed it too fast, so I went from go live to end broadcast, and I had to make a new waiting room and everything, and that was kind of a headache, and I had to update the links and everything, so I was like, oh my god. But we're here now. We're here now. Hello. Hello, everybody. Sorry that it's been also like pretty quiet on my end too. I mean, you guys probably saw my little diary post of it. Of the update, the YouTube posting. Yeah, I was really busy with work, but that's done now, and I will talk about it probably on Saturday. I think my next stream will be on Saturday. I wanted to stream on Friday, but my boss got all of us tickets to go to the amusement park for Halloween, so I'm gonna do that. And yeah, we'll yap on Saturday. Saturday night is when I'll be doing some belated Halloween-y stuff. But for now, let me go ahead and grab my notes. I had to think like, oh man, I wanna wear my Halloween costume. I don't want to do the South Park model, so hopefully my notes are legible if I zoom in a lot. I know we started like, oh, there we go. Oh, nice, it's super legible. I also bought a new mouse too, so I don't have to be like, oh fuck dude, my scrolling wheel is broken. I got a wired mouse, and I don't know, hopefully that means good things. I'll be less frustrated when scrolling on my keyboard. Anyways. Let's just get to yapping about the season 3 finale. Shall we? We watched not this past Sunday, but last Sunday, we watched season 3 episode 9 of Succession. Let me go ahead and pull up. Oh wait, let me open the door for my cat too. Get out of here. Okay. Let me move this. How am I gonna read this actually? Okay, let me move this here. Let me make my OBS smaller, and then let me bring my image up over on the same screen as my OBS. Now I can read. Okay, what the fuck is this? What did I just... Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. Okay, I got it. Oh, I forgot how much bigger that screen is. Let me make this a little bit more fitted. Yeah, sorry. I did not have a lot of time to prep either. I was gone all day Monday, I was gone all day Tuesday, and I got home literally like 40 minutes ago. I was throwing this together really fast, so yeah, sorry, scuff, but it's okay. When is it not with me? Hello guys, hello. If you'd like to mark yourself present for today's Wednesday stream. Some sucky suck on our Wednesday. I'd love to see some money bags in the chat, shall we? Some money bags, because I think the kids are going to need it after this finale. As Logan Roy said, make your own fucking pile. Yeah. We watched, well, this is the other episode. I feel like it's a two-parter, you know, in a way, but this is what we watched, not on the Sunday. My calendar out. Not on Sunday the 26th, but Sunday the 19th, the first half of the wedding episode. And then on Sunday, the oh wait, no, this was Sunday the 12th. Wait, dude, what is this? Oh, I didn't change the picture for this one. Fuck. I changed the picture. Anyways, this is the last episode that we watched on Sunday, October 19th. All the bells say, ignore this picture. It's not the right picture. This is the one that we watched on October 19th. Upon learning Matsson has his own vision for the future Gojo Waystar relationship, Shiv and Roman team up to manage the potential fallout, as Logan quietly considers his options. Later, the siblings' intervention prompts Connor to remind them of his position in the family, while Greg continues his attempts to climb the dating ladder with a Contessa. Yeah, I feel like this is an intentionally vague synopsis of the episode, because there was quite a lot of things that happened in season 3 episode 9. Honestly, this is my very favorite finale of the entire series. Not to say that the whole season or the whole series doesn't end on an absolute banger of a finale, but I think this one just changes the game so much and sets us up for a really exciting final season of this show. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into it. Alright, I'm gonna read off my notes. As per usual, I got some memes for you guys. I added some new ones too. Okay, alright. Hill, welcome. Dennis, hello. I hope you guys are having a lovely midweek. Hope you guys had a nice weekend too. We didn't have any streams on my channel this weekend, but last Friday we did take part in the Lucid game show. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and stop by for that. Yes. Oh, wait. How could I almost forget? Don't forget to take our Succession poll as well, because I added a new question onto there. I would love to hear your predictions of what you think might happen in season 4. Now that we're on our final season, I would love to see if you guys have any predictions at all before we hop into it later today in about 40 minutes. Okie dokie. Let me go ahead and take a look at my notes from the beginning. Okay, so we start off the episode with Tom mentioning, because you know they're all playing Monopoly, right, in the beginning. It's been a while, but it's okay. I remember this show. I especially remember this finale so well, because I watched so many clips of it so many times, because we were starved as Succession fans. We were starved for like 2 years, sitting on this finale and not knowing what's gonna happen next. Tom Womscams, this fugly slut that was just previously shown, he mentioned that he has a Forbes interview because he has been pretty successful at turning ATN into a cash machine, is what he noted. So I thought that was a pretty good thing to write down and take note of, that Tom is actually excelling pretty well at his job, at his new position. Yeah. Let's see. We also find that Comfrey, right, because season 3, episode 8 ended with Kendall possibly drowning, right, in the pool. He fell asleep drunk in the pool on his little, like, inflatable, right? And we find out that his little, like, assistant, like, PR girl, Comfrey, she found him in the pool. I wrote down that his emotional state is that he's, you know, pretty down, like still Debbie Downer, but he's still fighting. We kind of see him over the last like 2-3 episodes sort of revert back from his, you know, crazy high, like manic, like, yeah, I guess a manic state, question mark. Where he's like, you know, wow, I'm gonna fight the patriarchy, and like I'm literally the second coming of Jesus, you know, like he really had this sort of what do you call it? Like I want to say like self-aggrandizing, but I don't think I know what that means. Like, you know, he has like this really high ego, right? And we see him coming down from that after his birthday, where he's kind of like sobering up and realizing like, oh, I am not surrounded by the people that I love. But he's down, but he's still fighting, because we hear Comfrey mention that, no, we hear Kendall mention that he wants to make an Instagram post to do like a whole expose, basically like writing a twit longer, like a Google Doc, and posting it on his Instagram with his new lawyers. So we still see that he's like trying to, you know, turn this whole crew scandal into something. But as we learned, like I think episode 7 or something like that, you know, just like midway through the season, that the feds were just like, okay, we'll drop the case, and we'll just give you guys a really hefty fine instead, because you guys have been cooperating with us and Kendall doesn't have like that much evidence. Okay, and after that we also get some business jargon drop where Gojo's market cap has increased. So they're able to entertain other options, meaning they have leverage. If you remember, Gojo wanted to be acquired by Waystar at first, and you know, Logan saw that as like a good out from the whole wait, was it from the whole DOJ thing? Wait, now I'm getting I don't know, you know, like they kind of, okay, wait, so they were talking about buying PGM in season 2, right? So that way they can get out of the whole proxy battle with Stewie and Sandy. But then the whole Stewie and Sandy thing was kind of resolved with the 4 board seats added. And now, I guess they probably just wanted to buy Gojo just as like a longevity thing. Oh yeah, because Logan was like, okay, well, if there's only going to be one media empire left after like this whole, you know, tech thing, like legacy media, right? Nobody's buying newspapers, nobody's watching the news. He's like, well, if there's going to be one of us left, it's going to be us. So I'm going to get big. So that's why he wanted to buy Gojo. But now Gojo is actually doing pretty well in the stonks. So they have more leverage to entertain other options. And that's not good news for Waystar. Let's see. On the way to go talk to Lucas Matson, so that way they can, you know, see what might sweeten the deal for him. Logan and Roman are on the boat and they have a little talk. And I made a note about Logan's reoccurring, I feel like, toxic masculinity, where specifically his oh, this is perfect meme. Specifically with Roman's sort of like, I don't know if like obsession is the right word, but you know, his entertaining of Jerry as a sexual figure. As I mentioned before, I feel like Logan doesn't really care that it's like an inappropriate relationship between his son and you know, like an employee. Like, I don't think Logan cares about that at all. I mean, it's been very heavily hinted at that he's having an affair with his own assistant. Logan cares about the fact that Jerry is just an old woman, and he literally tells Roman, he says, if you need to get it straightened out, then do it. And then I think he tells his son, he's like, oh, Carrie, she's attractive, isn't she? Like, basically saying like, oh, maybe you should like have a girl like my assistant and stuff. And then he's also like, oh, are you scared of pussy and whatever? So yeah, he's really I think it shows like where his values are. I don't know if that's the word that I'm looking for, but I think it's like pretty interesting insight in terms of like the whole crew scandal and like Mo Lester and stuff like that. Where Logan, he's very adamant that he's not involved in any of those crew scandals and stuff, and that he didn't know. But at the same time, like, yeah, he did allow that to happen. Right, it happened on his watch. That was his crew. And I think on top of that, I do think that it is plausible through these little crumbs that you can suggest that it could have happened. Like, maybe he wasn't as bad as the other guys, but like he definitely didn't care. And I think that like these little dialogue bits, yeah, it shows that. Yeah. How do I get my meme to go back? How do I get my meme to go back on? Sorry, my screen is like super scrunched. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then after that, let's see. Okay, so talking about the Waystar Gojo deal. Waystar is like, you know, Fox News, right? You have like the Fox movies, they do the news, they do the newspapers. They have like, they're just a whole media conglomerate. They got so many different things. And plus they got amusement parks, right? Gojo, I would say, I mean, I don't really know if there's like a direct comparison to Gojo. I feel like Lucas Matson is sort of like, has the eccentricity of Elon Musk, but sort of like, you know, implied tech of genius of maybe like Mark Zuckerberg more so than Elon Musk. But then his whole app is just like a streaming app, right? So we've mentioned it before, but I'm going to highlight it again, is that they always say Waystar, they have the content and Gojo has the tech. When Roman talked to Lucas at Kendall's birthday party, they mentioned how awful the Waystar Royco streaming app is because it takes forever to load. Like, it literally, they started loading it as they were walking into the bathroom. Lucas pee-peed on his phone with the app open, and like the app was still loading, right? So even though Waystar has a lot of stuff that they can stream, they don't have a good like app to stream it on. So that's where Gojo wants to step in. Eric, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a lovely middle of your week. Lovely Wednesday. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and then we also learned that the Department of Justice is going to do a heavy fine for cruises. And yeah, that's when Matson, I think that also gives Matson slash Gojo a bit more of leverage. We learned that Matson, he wants to lead the merged companies. And he will play ball for Logan's legacy. So he's like, he has the leverage, right? Because we learned that they have, like, they're financially in a better position. And the heavy fines for cruises just sort of, you know, adds more debt onto Waystar's side. So it makes Gojo a little bit more attractive to be the leader. And Matson's like, hey, you know, I want to do a merger of equals, and I want to lead the company. If we were to merge, I want to lead the company. I want to be CEO, but don't worry, I will make sure that your legacy is not tarnished. Is basically what he told Logan. Essentially, Matson has a good plan, and Logan's definitely considering it. And but don't keep Roman in. I think he did mention that he did like Roman, Lucas Matson. So he's sort of like, yeah, maybe, yeah, we could keep Roman in. He's cool. Let's see. Logan ends up staying back to chat with Matson, and you know, he tells Roman to go back to his mom's wedding. So that is sort of a private scheming. So even though Logan is, you know, always trying to carrot on a stick his children along, he, at the end of the day, he is like still seeing himself as the sole decision maker. And, you know, I think it also just shows that he's not really seriously considering any of his children as, you know, his heir, essentially. Especially since he's entertaining Matson's option. After that, we cut back to the siblings. They have an intervention for Kendall because, you know, he almost drowned, and they thought that that was on purpose. They really do think that he was trying to, you know, log off on purpose. Log off from life. And this whole intervention sort of ends up with Connor blowing up at his siblings because Kendall calls himself the eldest son, and he I think sort of feels this sort of like entitlement to the company, to Waystar. And we do get to hear a little bit more about Connor's past. He said that he didn't get to see Pop for 3 years because of his new siblings. Because, you know, he is the child from the first marriage. And then he calls out his siblings essentially for taking his love for granted. He says, oh, your spoon wasn't shiny enough. And then we also have to think about like what happened to his mom too. Because before his Mom was mentioned. Wait, is this? Do I have this later on? I think it might have been in the other episode, in episode 8. But when Comfrey was talking about like, oh yeah, there's this podcast that wants to do something like kind of like the Curse of the Kennedys, but it's going to be like the Curse of the Roys. And they mentioned the waiter that Kendall killed. The Rose incident, Logan and his sister Rose being a tough spot for him. So you're thinking like, okay, what's going on there? And then you also have, they also mentioned talking about Connor's mom. So the fact that all 3 of those are pinned with like the waiter being a topic in that podcast, it's just the offhand mention, but it makes you think like, okay, well, what is the story behind Rose and what is the story behind Connor's mom? That perhaps we shall find out in the final season? Question mark? Yes. Let's see. But yeah, Connor talks about his siblings taking his love for granted and saying that their spoon wasn't shiny enough. I think Connor being from the first marriage, and especially because Logan's a self-made man, I think that he definitely didn't grow up as wealthy or as privileged as his siblings, but still, like, you know, to a degree, like pretty wealthy and pretty privileged. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah. We learned earlier this season too that Connor was the one who took his siblings camping or something, and then he also took Roman fly fishing. So he was the one who stepped up. He was the dad who stepped up. Quite often in place for Logan to bond with his, like, he was just being a good brother. He was being a really good brother, and I think he's like supposed to be about 10 years or something older than them, but yeah, so even though he kind of got shafted even by his own dad and like not seeing his dad for 3 years while he went to go, like, I guess have another family, he still was there to take care of his siblings. And this is how they thank him, by being like, oh, you know what he means, Connor, like, you know, Kendall's the oldest kid, like, he's the eldest son, you know what he means, you're not really like one of us, right? Like, he's constantly getting othered, not just because, I mean, yeah, I guess not because he's like not part of the business too, I don't know, just constantly getting othered. And we really see that blow up at the end of that intervention. Anyways, Connor, in the last episode, episode 8, he proposed to Willa, and she was kind of like, yeah, maybe I'll think about it. Well, in this episode, Connor's all mopey dopey. He's like, oh man, dude, like, my life sucks, man. Everybody hates me. And she's like, you know what? Fuck it. How bad could it be? Let's get married. She didn't even say let's get married. She just said, fuck it. How bad could it be? Which is such a romantic way to accept a proposal. So, in season 4, we will see Connor and Willa's wedding. We'll see it. Yeah, and let's see. I also wrote down Sleazy Greg telling both ladies what they want to hear. My favorite scene of Greg this season is him sitting in between Comfrey and Contessa. Contessa being like, wow, aren't weddings so romantic? And he's like, yeah, it is. And then Comfrey being like, oh my god, what a sham. He's like, yeah, like, fuck this. Literally right next to each other. So we do see Greg becoming more and more morally corrupt, or I guess, morally flexible maybe. Remember who he was in season 1? Such a nice, sweet, innocent Gregory. And now here he is, two-timing women literally as they're sitting next to him at the wedding. Crazy. How can he pull that off? I guess being 6 foot something helps. I don't know. One of the things that I also wanted to note was during the wedding toast, when Shiv was toasting her mom, she said, I hope your marriage is as happy and fulfilling as mine. I thought that was like low-key shade, because it was in the last episode, right, where she told Tom, I love you, but I don't love you. Or did she say, I don't love you, but I don't know. Yeah, I love you, but I don't know. She literally admits to Tom that she doesn't love him. And I think we've definitely seen the cracks of their marriage become more and more prominent over the course of this season. Honestly, over the course of the entire series, right? Like we see them get married. I mean, honestly, it didn't start off on the right foot with Tom proposing to Shiv while Logan was kind of on his deathbed almost. But you know, like I do think that Tom loves Shiv, but it's very clear that Shiv does not love Tom and that she's only, I don't know, like why is she with them out of convenience? I think Logan does mention that she's with Tom because like she's just like aiming low basically. Yeah. I forgot what his exact words were, but basically being like you're scared to marry somebody that's like above you. I guess like she wants somebody that's below her. Oh wait, yeah, look at this meme. Look at this meme. When she says, what does it say? Like, we've had good times, footage not found. I can't think of a single one. I feel like every single time, especially when it comes to like making their plans, right? Where, you know, in the very beginning, Tom's like, oh, maybe we could like consider me, like throw my hat in the ring to your dad. And, you know, maybe your dad might line me up to be CEO. And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. And this is even before she was like, you know, considered. Right? Not even, yeah, before she was even considered, before she was even looped into the family business, she was like, yeah, sure, we'll talk about it, yeah. And literally every single time she's scheming with Tom, she's like, oh, don't worry, like me being the CEO is just an adjustment of the plan, like I'm still gonna like clue you into things and like still work together. But every time Tom is asking like, okay, how do I fit into this? Her response is, oh, I don't know, we'll figure it out. And then she goes back and talks about her business. And then when he was worried about going to jail, she was like, dude, I can't keep talking about this. You're really bumming me out. Like, come on, that's your hubby. That's your hubby. Hear him out. He's stressed. For a good reason. And she's just keep being like, I don't care, Tom. You can't keep talking about this. Anyways, I think this is how I could still be CEO. Fuck off. Fuck off. She's girl bossing too hard. Your shiny spoon analogy was so good. I want to get the script books so bad. Like the physical ones. I know I could get the PDF, but I want the physical ones because the dialogue in this show is just so, it's so tight, you know? That's what he said, but it's so good. It's so good. Eins, welcome. I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday. Okay, let's see. Connor, I don't know if this is entirely relevant, but Connor, he talks about maca root. Carrie giving Logan a lot of maca root smoothie because he's trying to make his baby gravy more potent. So all the kids are thinking like, oh my god, is Dad trying to have a baby so he can have a new heir? Which I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to say like it's not gonna play out, but hey, the cat's out of the bag, right? I feel like this is kind of like one of the plot points that you don't really like, kind of fizzles out, but with that, I do think that it reinforces the idea that, especially to the kids, that Logan is not taking any of them seriously as an heir. Okay, next. The siblings are tipped off that something is fishy when the finance guys are being flown in to go see Mattson, right? They're talking about like a lot of M&A guys, right? Mergers and acquisition, like dudes, like the financiers and like the lawyers, accountants or whatever, just like people on their team that handles the mergers and acquisitions are being flown in to go talk to Mattson and being flown in towards the wedding. And we do see later in that episode, right, Logan kind of getting all hands on deck. Carl and Frank are getting called by, I think, Roman, right? Roman and Shiv are calling Carl and Frank, and they're like, oh, where are you guys? Because they heard Carl and Frank are in Europe, right? And they're like, okay, well, something fishy is going on. I heard Carl and Frank are in Europe, so let me call them and see where they are. And they both say, oh, you know, we're at our office back in New York. Yeah, and I was like, you know, just business as usual. And they're like, I know that's not true. So why are they lying about their location? Even Jerry's being sneaky. So the siblings are being actively cut out from whatever is going on. And this is when Roman is like, okay, guys, I gotta come clean. When me and Dad went to go see Lucas Matson, Matson talked about buying... Wait... Yeah, I guess Matson talked about, like, you know, merger of equals and, like, you know, like, kind of possibly taking over as CEO. And we find out, and not just taking over as CEO, but buying out the company. And we find out that Logan is taking that offer very, very, very seriously. He likes what he hears. After that, all the kids are kind of like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they're outside in kind of like the dusty area. And this is when Kendall low-key crashes out. He's sitting on the floor and he's saying, guys, like, I know it's like a pivotal moment, but I'm not feeling anything. Like, I'm not feeling connected to my kids. I'm not feeling connected to my goals. And just like, you know, he's sad. He's sad. And all of this is sort of like bubbling up. And he keeps saying that he tried to do right in his eyes, right? You know, like with the whole cruise scandal, even though personally I feel like that was egregiously mishandled because of his own ego getting in the way. But still, like, I think in his mind, his heart was in the right place, right? And he said he tried to do right, but he failed. He truly wanted to do better, and he confesses to his siblings. It's fucking lonely. His siblings try to down, and he tells them, I killed a kid. I killed that guy at the wedding. We were in the car together when it crashed, and, you know, dad helped me out with that. But all the siblings, they try to downplay it, and they try to laugh it off. And like, it's kind of interesting because we do see Kendall at his lowest, but it's not like you have like a real like comforting moments, I think, between him and the siblings. You know what I mean? It's not like that they're there being like, oh my gosh, Kendall, like, don't worry, it's okay. Like, instead they try and like brush it off through humor. You know, Shiv's like, oh, you messed up so much about my wedding, oh, you know, but she's not like actually mad about it. And Roman's like, oh, it took me 3 hours to get a gin and tonic, no wonder. Like, who's the real victim here? You know, they have this very detached way of comforting each other because I think that they're not okay with being vulnerable. Similarly in season 2's finale, right, when Roman comes back from Turkey, I think, from the hostage situation, and he asked Shiv and Ken, he was like, oh, can we talk about our feelings? Because I'm sure that he wants to like talk about being held hostage and having his life, what he thought would be threatened. And Shiv and Kendall, they just do their little funny voice. Oh, you want to talk about our feelings? You want to talk about our feelings, Bodo? Right? You know, they're just kind of like playing it off. And I think that's, I don't know, they're just like very, like, they're unable to be vulnerable with each other. And we can see why. Their parents suck ass. Okay, so at the very end, we have all three of the siblings getting together and confronting Logan. In the car, Roman is also, you could tell he's very hesitant from the get-go. You know, he's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I should go, like maybe should I get in the car? He's scared, and I think he also wants to protect himself because he knows that he's Daddy's #1 little boy right now, and I wouldn't say he's trying to sow doubt in his siblings' mind, but he himself is doubtful. He's like, can we actually stop him? Kendall says, yeah, we can. We have the board seats, right? But we keep hearing mentioned in these last couple of episodes that the kids got the board seats in the divorce because Caroline, their mom, was trying to protect them and like protect their business interests, right? But then we also hear earlier this episode that she and Logan are reopening negotiations in the divorce because her new husband, was it her new husband wanted something, or like something about the houses or something? Like we've heard hints that they got reasons why they got the board seats in the divorce, but also that, you know, the board seats are open for renegotiation. Or sorry, the divorce terms are open for renegotiation. And we see all of this play out in this final scene, which is so good. It's so good. It's my favorite. Tom gets called by Shiv, right? Shiv's calling Tom to make sure that they got all of their little soldiers ready, right? Shiv thinks that Tom is just gonna fall in place like he always does. Tom is her little bitch boy. And Tom, while he's on the phone, he's like, all right, okay, yeah, like, okay, going against your dad sounds good, but where do I fit in? Shiv can't answer that. Once again, she cannot answer his question about where he fits in. And she only talks about the plan. Like, oh, we're gonna do this with dad, we're gonna do that. And it's like, don't worry, we got it under control. And you could see at that moment that that's when Tom makes his choice. And he goes up to Greg. And Greg is talking about like, oh yeah, like me and the Contessa are really hitting it off. Like I could be like the next king of Luxembourg or whatever. And Tom, he's not even listening. Like his mind is in another place. And that's where the foreshadowing of the earlier NERO and SPORUS comes in. Tom, he's honest with Greg. And he's like, wait, what does he even say? I don't remember what his exact words were. But it's okay, I have pictures in a sec that we'll talk about, which I gotta fit in 10 minutes. Okay. He tells Greg, like, are you ready to do this? Like, do you want to make a deal with the devil? We can make it to the bottom of the top. And Greg's like, okay, well, you know, Boo souls. What am I gonna do with the soul anyways? Ooh, you know? Greg is, he's signing his deal with the devil. Tom has made his decision to fully enact the NERO and SPORUS foreshadowing that we got earlier. Okay, so we get to the final scene. We learn that Logan wants to sell to Gojo now, like tonight he wants to sell to Gojo. He says, if I sell right now, I get $5 billion. And all the kids just like, well, what are we gonna do, Dad? Like, we're gonna get cut out of it. And he's like, make your own fucking pile then. This is my money. Make your own money, right? Which, I mean, he's not wrong. He's trying to pull Roman back to his side because he knows that Roman is kind of like their weakest link. He tells Roman, like, oh, come on, Roman, like, we could go talk about this in private or whatever. And then Roman, he's looking at Shiv and Kendall. Both of them have been slighted by their dad before. Shiv, you know, she was told she was going to be CEO. To be fair, she did fuck it up herself. But, you know, Logan changed his mind. Ken as well. They both know that Logan cannot be trusted. We also learned the whole thing about the renegotiating the divorce terms coming into play, where Caroline gives up her children's board seats so that way they can't vote against the Gojo deal in favor of, I don't know, something for her new husband that she's only known for like 3 months. Or I guess less than 5 months, because 5 months ago she was dating some other man. So Roman, he resorts to pleading. He's like, Dad, please. And Dad's like, oh, what do you guys got? He's like, I don't know, I got love. Love. You cannot come up to Logan and be like, I got love, Dad. I got love in my pocket. Logan doesn't give a fuck about love. Wait, what's he gonna do about love? From his own children. And then even Roman, he goes up to Jerry, and Jerry knows that the deal is the better choice to make. She tells him, how does this protect, like, how does this serve my interests? Anyways. Let me, take a look at our pictures. These are the episodes we're going to be watching tonight. The very first episodes of Season 4, the final season. I'm not going to talk about the synopsises because I don't think that they're that important right now. Wait, I don't want to do a stock check. Not yet. Wait, let me erase this. Where are my pictures? Let me move this towards the end. 3. Wait, can I watch it from here? Hopefully. Okay. Because I wanted to bring up the final scene again.
And what if I decide I can't listen to you?
We can stop you. And we will stop you.
Ryder, welcome.
Blow this up.
You need our vote for a change of control.
Yeah. You need all of us. You need a supermajority, and we can kill it. And we will.
You're playing toy fucking soldiers! Go on! Fuck off! I have you beat! You morons!
Well, no. Because you need a supermajority to hold the government.
You need a supermajority. Can you imagine? I couldn't. Oh, dude.
It's all done.
Can we get her back on?
But yeah, we learned at that scene that Caroline, she gives up her children's board seats that she fought for in her initial divorce with Logan, to get, I don't know, something for her husband, for her new hubby.
Your mother and I have been
Maybe
reviewing
they'll say
the
it.
terms of the divorce agreement.
Mom, you fucked us.
And we've agreed that the arrangements were a little antiquated.
Oh, fuck, Mom, he got to you.
Oh, seriously?
So
Mom,
this
already?
means that the three of the kids, they lose voting power to outnumber their dad in
Mom, you
denying
just
the deal
reference.
to pass through.
I think this is for the best. Peter's so excited.
Oh, is he? Peter's excited. Great.
I'm not sure it's been good for you, or, you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And I mean, I guess in Caroline's eyes too, she's thinking like, well, this whole business thing is being so toxic to my family. So I don't know. Anyways.
What have I got?
Let's see.
Please.
Please?
Please.
The seat sniffer gets a fucking leg up.
The seats in the middle.
That's a deal.
Okay, anyways, I wanted to do, considering we're running out of time, I want to do the final scene. But at the end of the day, Logan is right.
I fucking win.
His company is not doing so hot. He's put it
Fuck
into a lot of
off.
debt.
No, fucking
There's somebody who wants to pay them a lot of money for what they got. And in the long run, it works out.
Mr. Roy, hold on a second. I need you to...
The fuck told him? Who told him that we were coming?
Jerry.
Right, so who told him that we were
You
coming?
can help us, right? You can
Who
help us
knew
out.
that they were coming?
I'm focused
They were trying to
on
rally their
whatever
horses
outcome
before.
best serves the financial interests of the shareholders of the company.
Little did Shiv know.
But it doesn't serve my interests. How does it serve my interests?
Later.
Little did Shiv know. If she didn't call Tom, Logan wouldn't have known that his own kids were coming to vote against it. He wouldn't have time to pull that deal together with Caroline. I just realized that the BGM is still on too. He wouldn't have had time to pull that deal together with Caroline. He wouldn't have, you know, yeah, Tom made his allegiance clear. And he's trying to play it off as if it's all okay. I don't know, dude, this scene gives me the chills every single time. He's just like, oh man. And Tom, he's sitting here trying to act concerned. He comes behind her. Shiv's in shock, but she has to pull herself together. But you could see the pure, like, disdain for him behind her eyes. And I can't imagine. This is the last shot for 2 years. 2 years, man. Kids and Juliano, welcome. I hope you guys are having a lovely Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I gotta speed this up. Okay, all right. I wanted to talk about some of the comments that I found in the Reddit thread as well. Okay, let's see. This one says, I never realized just how terrified Roman is of his narcissistic father until I heard his voice shake. To be fair, he had 2 chances in this episode to alienate his siblings, and he stayed together with them in their alliance. Shows a lot of growth in his character, in my opinion. Especially like how we saw how much of a daddy's boy he was for Kendall's birthday. You know, he was like really being a big asshole that time. Nice cap, thank you. Thank you, captain like captain, put the fries in the bag. Let's see. Yeah, there are 2 chances I'm referring to. Logan asked Kendall to leave. Yeah, Logan asked Kendall to leave and Roman said no. Right, because at the beginning when all 3 siblings went in to confront Logan, Logan was like, I want Kendall out of here. That guy's a traitor. Like, we can talk, but like, I want him out. And Shiv and Roman were like, no, it's gonna be all 3 of us, okay? Like, it's a family thing. You're talking about selling the family business. Like, we should all talk about it together. let's see, yeah, and then Logan offered to talk in private with him and he refused. So yeah, it's nice to see after 3 seasons of the kids squabbling with each other to see them finally united. But it is against their dad, so Kendall not being terrified of the security guard anymore was a nice moment. When they were walking in to go talk to Logan, right before they went into that room, Colin, who is one of the guys who was first on the scene when the waiter died, right? And he was the one, I think, found Kendall's wallet. So basically, Colin has been sort of this overarching shadow of just being like, hey, I know what you did. I know who you, like, I know what you are, right? He's like that dog. I know what you are. That's basically what he's been representing to Kendall. But this is like the first time that, you know, Kendall can approach Colin and not be like, you know, revert back to who he was in the beginning of season 2. I guess through most of season 2 actually, which is pretty good for Kendall. And I saw a lot of people say that it's because Kendall was able to confess to his deepest, darkest secret, which was, you know, being involved in the death of that waiter, being able to confess that to his siblings and not feel judged, or I guess like criticized or like crucified, maybe that's not the right word, but you know, like not feeling like that weight of shame on him anymore. So through being able to confide in his siblings and still being I guess accepted by them, he is able to face Colin, the Logan's personal bodyguard. Let's see, the family business being an extension of the abuse the kids received as children, really set in stone by Caroline being put on speaker to tell them she fucked them over. Goddamn. Yeah. And I think, I mean, like in her mind, she probably thinks like, well, my kids fight over this stuff anyways, so I might as well just sign it away, which is also like, dude, what the fuck would you do that without like, I don't know, without telling your kids? It really shows just how little their parents care about their well-being, because all of these moves are just to further mom and dad's own self-interest, even if it means fucking over their kids. But to be honest, I do kind of agree that maybe that they're better off not being involved in Waystar Rico. Seems to be a healthier option for them. But, you know, if I were in their shoes, I would be very upset as well. She traded them for her new pushy husband. Just brutal. And she only knew that guy for less than 5 months. Okay. Kendall said it in season 1. Logan is so fucking jealous of what he's given his kids that he was intent in taking it all away. Wow, yeah. And that's emphasized by the fact that he said, make your own fucking pile. Yeah. I think that's a common theme that people point out, that Logan, he resents his kids. Because Logan, like I said, he's a self-made man. We've heard bits and like we've seen how he grew up, right? When they went to Scotland to go to his home, and he said like it's so different now, and like it's very implied so far that his childhood upbringing was not the best, and that, you know, he wasn't always wealthy. So yeah, it's a common, I guess, thing that people say, that Logan's mean to his kids because he kind of resents the privilege that they have. The privilege that he gave them. Let's see. Tom's line at the end of episode 6, right? When Kendall was like, hey, Tom, you should come work for me. You know, we could take down my dad together and do the right thing. And Tom tells Kendall, no offense, I've seen you get fucked over a lot, but I've never seen Logan get fucked over once. So I think that's sort of another foreshadowing to who Tom decides to align himself with, right? When Shiv calls him, tells him, hey, we're gonna go against my dad, he's probably not too on board with that. And then he says, well, how do I fit into this bigger picture? And she can't answer that. I think that cements it to him right there. Like, you can even see in his face during that phone call that he's kind of like the gears turning in his head. I want to talk about the NERO and SPORUS, right? The NERO and SPORUS that he mentioned to Greg when he says, I'll castrate you and marry you in a heartbeat. At first you're thinking like, this is such like a weird, like maybe like Tom's just going crazy because of the whole, you know, possibility of being put into jail forever kind of thing. or maybe not forever, maybe it's like 10 years, 20 years. Still, this guy's not gonna survive jail. It's actually very intense foreshadowing for what happens at the end. Tom tells Greg, well, Nero pushed his wife down the stairs and then he had SPORUS castrated and he married him instead. He pushes Shiv down the stairs by betraying her and offers Greg to come up to the top with him. That when that happened, I was like, oh my god, it's been right there the whole time. It was right there the whole time. Wow. Incredible writing. So yeah. And it's even cemented where Tom says, do you want to come with me, SPORUS? So yeah, Tom, Greg fans, or Eden. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and check the stocks. I deleted the stocks from last time, I think, so fortunately I don't have the screen grab for that, but I'm gonna go ahead and check to see if we have anything. Let's see, should I copy and paste it? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna change the screen share to this one. Here we go. Ooh, is that too close? All right, let's see. We are investing. We're investing in Roman. Why is that? If you answer this, do you mind saying quickly why are you investing in Roman this time around? Selling Shiv. I mean, she did get pushed down the stairs by her own husband, and he's gonna marry her cousin instead. So I think that's very valid. And skipping Connor. Yeah, I think Connor is a fair one to skip. If anything, Connor's kind of in his own little world right now. You know, he's getting married to his escort. Still running for president, even though he doesn't have his dad's endorsement. Who do you pick to be Logan's successor? We have Roman. I feel like this question's a little unfair though. I mean, I don't know. I guess you do have everybody else on here. But in my opinion, I think after that ending, I mean, I guess you could probably say, you know, Logan was trying to rope back Roman into his, like, camp. So perhaps that could happen in the beginning of season 4, but I feel like how it ended, I do think that the 3 main siblings are shafted. It is Kendall, Shiv, Roman versus Logan. If I may change the screen really quick so I can show you. This one? Is it this one? There we go. Here we go. This is the promo for season 4. Sorry, it's like super blurred. But all of the promotional material had kind of like small little hints about how the season would go. So you can see Logan is sort of like in the middle, right? But it's split up by where? Actually, that's interesting. I kind of remember the discussion when this first came out where people were like, oh, this is the team, right? So it's going to be like Connor, Shiv, Ken, and I guess Greg, Tom, Roman. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could still play out that way. Season 4 is my least rewatched one, so I probably will have a little bit less input to give for this one. But yeah. I mean, that's what I was going to mention, but I mean, looking at this again, maybe that's not the case. Anyways, let's go back to the stocks. Any favorite moments? Not yet. Things to show? Not yet. So predict what's gonna happen in season 4? Goku. Yes, I agree. Goku does show up, actually. Spoiler alert. Anyways, yeah, that's really all that we have to chat about for the end of season 3 of Succession. Let's see. Let's bring this back up. Actually, next Sunday, it's gonna be a different thumbnail, but next Sunday we're gonna be talking about the wait. Okay, right. Because tonight we're watching 401 and 402, the Monsters. As Kendall, Shiv, and Roman hone their pitch for investors in LA, Logan learns of a rival bid on a long-coveted blah 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 blah. And then also episode 2, the rehearsal, while Kendall, Shiv, and Roman consider an aggressive play on the Matson deal, blah 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 blah. Connor tries to blah 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 blah. Right? And then this upcoming Sunday, we're gonna watch season 4, episode 3, and season 4, episode 4. Yeah, I will tell you that you will want to be there on Sunday. Honestly, oh dude, if season 4 is so... Watching this live was probably like, to me it was like endgame levels of like enjoyment. You know, like watching Endgame in the theaters, like watching season 4 live and then just seeing like this whole incredible series come to an end episode by episode. Perfect. And I hope that we can recreate that while we watch this together. Anyways, it's time for us to head into the Discord for the watch along. If you've been sitting down for as long as I have, make sure you give your body a nice big stretch. Don't forget to stay hydrated. And last but not least, treat yourself to something nice. I'm gonna be eating some delicious dinner while we watch Succession. And yeah, I won't be streaming on Friday because I'm gonna go to the Coney Island for Halloween. But on a Saturday we'll pretend that Saturday is Halloween, right? We'll be doing Halloween celebration. I'll be making the waiting room for it on tomorrow, but I think I want to play Suck Up, the little vampire game. We played it I think last year or the year before that, and yeah, I don't know, I want to play it again. I was thinking about that game the other day, so I think it'll be fun to play that again. And yeah, and then we get to yap too. We'll get to yap and I can catch you guys up on my life, and we could chit chat and whatever. Oh, you guys saw my tweet about my about my DCU Hear Me Out, my crazy DCU Hear Me Out. I was like, I'm too afraid to reveal it. I'll reveal it during Saturday's stream. I'm gonna shut up now, but I'll reveal it on Saturday's stream. You guys are gonna judge me so hard for it, but I was looking at like videos again, and I was just like, honestly, I don't know. I think I'm onto something. I think I'm ahead of the curve. Anyways, until then, take care, guys. If you're not going to be joining us for our Succession Wednesday, go ahead and watch the game show on the Lucid channel. Me and Sarah hosted a game show with Amari Yume and Evanito, and it was really, really fun. So if you haven't seen that yet, go check that out. I wish I could link it, but that would take too much time. Okay, bye! Yeah, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm gonna go ahead and get our event started in the Discord, and yeah, dude, I'm so excited to start season 4 with you guys. I can't believe we've already made it this far. If you guys have been enjoying the show as much as I have been enjoying sharing it with you, and yeah, I love this show so much. So thank you for indulging me. Bye bye. Oh no, you missed it. No, Papa Whiskas. Hey, it's okay if you haven't seen the Lucid game show on the Welcome to Lucid channel. Go check it out. It shall be the most recent video on there. Okay, I gotta go. Bye.